Hey kids, how's everybody out there in YouTube land this evening? What's going on with everybody out there today, huh? It has been a, well, I don't know, weird, I guess, day here on the Lily 2. We didn't go anywhere. We're still in Oriental, North Carolina. It's getting dark outside and I'm tired, so I just decided to do the live stream from downstairs here. Hey, Ruthless Ronnie, how you doing? This way at least we have my lovely LED lights and you guys can see me, which we were having problems with last night. So, with that said, hey Pilot, what's going on, brother? How you doing? It's actually been a good day. It's been a good day today. Good progress was made today. Did a little wheeling and dealing and had some good progress today. So I really have no complaints about anything. In fact, I've got a great story to tell. Frank, sorry I missed your call earlier. I was off the boat walking Lily. I just got back in time to start the live stream, so we'll have to talk later, I guess. I just picked up the phone and started programming it for the live stream, and so I missed a call. So anyhow, I had it plugged in here, charging, trying to get some charge up on it before I started the live stream because it does not have a lot of power right now. In fact, while I'm talking about that, I'm going to get it plugged in so we can hopefully keep the battery going. There we go, a little bit longer. So, oh man, hey Smoking, what's on, brother? Yeah, no problem, Frank. Oh, jeez. All right, so this morning I woke up and had some clarity of thinking, as I often do first thing in the morning. And one of the things that I found interesting, that with all the discussion about me buying a dinghy, a used dinghy, a third dinghy, if you will, the one thing that never came up in the discussion that anybody brought up, which I just found sort of amazing to me, was the safety factor. So, hey Angela, how you doing? I had a great day. I hope you had a good day too. I hope everybody had a good day today. So, my favorite streamer, hope you're well. I'm doing okay, Eddie. I was not feeling great earlier today, but I'm doing better now. Thank you. So, hey, White Zombie. Viewers bought it, correct. No, I bought it. Yeah. Here's the thing. The one thing that, and this is the thing that's always been rolling around in the back of my mind, especially with the hurricane season right upon us right now. There's a lot of debris out in the waterways, a lot of logs and stumps and things like that. And so far, while I've been in the ICW, twice now I've bumped into something. Once while under tow, but also once just motoring along myself. I took a big thud and a big bump and was checking my linkages and my steering and my rudder, making sure everything was still functioning, and went down below and opened the cover to my bilge and looked down there to make sure I didn't have water gushing in, you know. That big of a bump on the boat as I'm going along. And it made me, you know, remember that I don't have a lifeboat on my boat. I don't have a dinghy that works on my boat. So if anything were to happen to the boat, if we were to put a hole in it and the boat was to start sinking, which can happen, happens every day along the East Coast here, somebody does damage to a boat, you know, what would I do? Hey, Tom Travis, how you doing, brother? What would I do? You know, what would Lily do? What would we do? We would have to call for help and help, hope somebody gets there before the boat sinks so we have, you know, something to move on to, or do we go swim? You know? Are we out there swimming? And you know, when you're motoring down something called Alligator Canal, you know, it's not a place you want to go swimming. It makes you a little uncomfortable. So anyhow, that was sort of my underlying. Well, yes, Mike, we have life jackets, but you still have to go swimming with a life jacket. It's not going to keep you on the surface. So. The underlying thinking for me was, and the deciding factor for everything had nothing to do with the price or anything else. It had to do with the fact that I needed to have a good, serviceable, working dinghy, for no other reason, for a safety factor in case something happens to the boat. Me and Miss Lily have some dinghy that we can step into as this boat's going down, should that situation arise. Plus, there's a number of situations, you know, while I was going down the canal system, you know, there were a couple spots where I was concerned Miss Lily might have gotten over the side. You know, I try to keep her contained in the cockpit. I try to keep her down below. But sometimes she comes up so fast and she just wants to go up on the bow and go to the bathroom, because, of course, that's where we've trained her to go to the bathroom. And when you're doing 9 hours all day out on the boat, at some point the dog has to go out on the bow and do some business. You know, life vest on her or not, she still has to go forward. And I'm concerned that if she goes forward and she falls in, while in one of those narrow canals, I think it would probably, it may trigger to her to swim to shore. And if she swims to shore, I would have no way of getting ashore to get her and bring her back to the boat without a dinghy. The sailboat certainly can't go to shore along those canals. It's all just, you know, woods and stuff on both sides. There's no docks or anything that I could tie up to. I can't get, with my 5-foot deep keel, I couldn't get close to the shore without, you know, running aground and running into stuff, and I still wouldn't make it to shore. And so I would be stuck then, and the dog would be on shore. And so by having the dinghy, you know, that solves that problem. If Miss Lily fell in, I could drop the hook, anchor the boat out, get on the dinghy, either row or, you know, use the motor to run ashore, get Miss Lily, bring her back to the boat. Anyhow, so it's from that standpoint of safety being paramount in my thinking. Aside the fact that it's convenient, aside the fact that I'm really going to need a dinghy once I get down to Florida, aside the fact that I have been shopping for dinghies and looking at them for the last, you know, 2,000 miles. Aside from all of those variables, I thought this was a pretty good deal, and it's a rib that's serviceable, that I can get in and out of comfortably, I can operate safely, at the right price. So I want to say thank you to all those people that contributed. Some of the people that had contributed to my alternator concerns, which are still kind of ongoing. You know, some of that money got used for the dinghy instead of being applied towards the alternator. Of course, none of those people donated specifically saying this money is for this or this money is for that. It was, hey, Carl, here's some money, you know, do what you got to do and get yourself further down the road. Which seems to be the general consensus of 99% of the people that donate. I mean, hardly anybody ever donates right now for a specific thing. So anyhow, let me jump back in the chat and I'll finish my conversation here. Did you trade the larger dinghy in for it? Yes and no, Frank. I'll get into that in a minute. With the cash, seems you're happy tonight compared to last night. I'm very happy tonight, Marge. Thank you. Hey, Coyote, what's up, Wiley? Now you can take the dog ashore more often for exercise with a bigger dinghy. Yes, absolutely going downwind. Miss Lily can go ashore much more often. So, and I am alone out there. So, yes, it got delivered today. It's tied up right on the other side of the hull, right here. Nice Avon. It's got a little dry storage box up in the bow. It came with paddles. I have taken it for a test run. It works just fine. The guy gave me a big billows pump, air pump for filling the tubes. So I now have 3 pumps for it. But yeah, I have 3 pumps now to work. So yep, I can sit on the pontoon. In fact, Mike, it has very large diameter pontoons. I would venture to say they're like 20 to 21 inch diameter. I mean, they're really big diameter tubes. So yes, I can easily sit on one of the tubes and operate the boat without a problem. It does have a seat in it for rowing. It did come with a pair of oars, a pump. What else did it come with? And that was it. Oars and a seat and a pump. So Miss Lily woofed at it so far. That's all she's done. She's not been in it, but she has woofed at it. So. Anyhow, so let me get on to no, Marla, I did not videotape all of that. I was just doing it. I was just getting it done. We'll have plenty of time for videotaping that stuff. It's damn near impossible for me to be doing something like that and videotaping myself at the same time. It's just almost impossible to do because I only have two hands. So let me explain to you what happened as the rest of the deal that kind of sweetened the whole thing and really made me very, very happy today, feeling very good. So let me start out with this. The switch that I installed from Walmart on my bilge pump, the float switch, it's a little lever that goes up and down. There's been two occasions now where it has not gone down and shut the pump off. So I'll go lay down at night and I'll be sleeping and I'll hear really quiet, really low, but I can hear that the bilge pump is still running. That switch didn't shut off. So I open up the bilge compartment, I reach down into my little back scratcher, I just touch the top of the switch and it shuts off. So it's not making a good contact. So one of the things I wanted to pick up today, if I could afford it, was a replacement switch, a better quality float switch for the bilge pump. So I have the automatic bilge pump working better. And I was thinking, you know, what I also need is I need a shackle to put on the bow. The Avon has a single point of up on the bow for towing. It doesn't have the two D-rings out on the floats like some boats do. It just has the one attachment point. So I wanted to buy a shackle to put on that so that I would have a smooth surface to tie a rope to, a line to for my tow line for towing the boat. So call China and complain about the switch. Yeah, right. Yeah, good luck with that. And I'm not going to worry about taking it back to Walmart. I've just replaced it. So anyhow. And so I was talking to Jay. Now, Jay is the guy that actually manages the consignment shop, which is just 2 doors down from where my boat is right now. And he's the guy I really needed to talk to and wheel and deal on the boat, not Mark, the guy at the repair shop, although Mark did a beautiful job repairing it today. He put some sealant stuff on the inside. That sealed up all the little holes. He did put one big patch on the back on the outside. Just sort of a safety area where he saw a place that it wasn't leaking, but he thinks it might start leaking, so he patched it anyway, one of those sort of deals. Anyhow, so we got the dinghy all fixed, pressurized, it's holding air. Of course, you know, the deal is, and has been, and our understanding is, it's got to still have air in it tomorrow morning. That's the litmus test. If I wake up in the morning and one of those pontoons is flat, then this all gets reversed and they're going to refund me back my money. But if the tube holds, then that's fine. Anyhow, so I was talking to Jay about, you know, a number of things that would be nice to have with the boat. One of the things is this. Manson anchors, who, by the way, they've given me huge discounts on their products now, so they are now an official sponsor for my channel. But Manson makes a really cute, you know, they make the Manson Supreme anchors, which are a very good quality anchor, you know, right up there with the quality of my anchor that I have right now. But anyhow, Manson makes a little dinghy anchor. Isn't that cute? Isn't that a little cute anchor? It's got a removable rubber boot. It's 2.5 pounds with a little safety rubber boot that goes on it as a shackle, and it has, I think, about 50 feet of line, anchor line that connects to it. Today I put a little bit of seizing wire on the bolt on the shackle so it won't come up. But so I have a dinghy anchor, a very, very, very nice dinghy anchor to go with the dinghy. So that was one thing that was put in as part of the deal to sweeten the deal up. I got a Kaplan repair kit that he put together for me. Inside here is 2-part glue, patches, sandpaper, a brush for brushing stuff around. I'm forgetting something. instructions. Oh, and a little bit, a little spray bottle of some, little like sample bottle of some cleaner stuff. So, anyhow, a little Hypalon repair kit to go along with it. So my dinghy is fair. Oh, and a tow bridle for the boat. So with a float. And a tow bridle. So the dinghy is fairly well set up. Now I'm moving the fire extinguisher off of the old dinghy. I'm going to install that onto the new dinghy, so that'll be on there as well. I have a throwable cushion that's going to go in the new dinghy. The anchor will be able to fit up inside the dry box up in the front. It's a fiberglass floor rib from Avon. It's a 2-layer floor. So you have the bottom of the dinghy, which is 1 layer, which has its own drain plug and can be drained out. And then you have the inner layer, the inner part of the dinghy, where your feet are. And the idea of this 2-floor design is you can keep the inside of the boat fairly dry. And if it does get a little bit of water, the water collects in between the 2 floors and wherever your feet are, or more importantly, whatever you're transporting. As your groceries is the thing you're going to be carrying the most that you're concerned about getting wet. Your clean laundry, that kind of stuff. You can throw that into your dinghy and not worry about it getting wet from all the water because it's a 2-floor system. So a pretty good deal. Okay. Let me go back in the chat. Okay. Hey Christine, how you doing? Do you have the repair kit? Yep, I have the repair kit. Congratulations on the sponsor. Thank you. Hey Sarah, how are you? Deal. Hey Grandpa. Hey Terry, what's up? Yep, you always tweet your William Moses. Hey Carl, you should get some soapy water and spray it all around the tube. We did that yesterday at nauseam, Wally. We did that in great volume yesterday. Test drive went absolutely fine. Apex, not Avon. Apex. I think you're right. I think it's Apex. I haven't owned it long enough to make sure. So it's not the same dinghy that you showed in the similar video today. Yes, it's the same. Well, it wasn't today. It was yesterday, Johnny. Yes, I made a video yesterday asking people about whether I should buy this video or not. It was the video that I showed, the dinghy that was shown in that video. Oh, hey, Barry. All right, Mike. Okay. So it was an Apex, not an Avon. Okay. All right. Looks like a Mantus, not a Manson. Yes, Mantus. M-A-N-T-U-S. Did I say Manson? Mantus. It's a Mantus anchor. Yes, that's correct. You demonstrate the proper way to go from Lily 2 to the dinghy. How would you get Lily Dog to the dinghy? We'll be chartering 30-foot sailboat in the spring of a dog. Yeah, I don't know that I would be an expert in demonstrating the proper way to do anything, Sarah, but, you know, and of course I'm a big fat out of shape guy, so what I do is I use a 2-point tether system. I run a bow line and tie that to one point of the boat, and I put a stern cleat on the other, on the back of the boat, so that it's parallel to the boat on the side of the boat, not the back. And then I can slide off this boat onto it, or I can step on the pontoon on it and then pull myself back up onto this boat. So, can Miss Lily's toenails puncture the dinghy? Does she need a manicure? Miss Shar, very good question, actually. I always do trim Miss Lily's nails on a regular basis. Just because if I keep her nails up short, she's less likely to try to dig in. When she slips on the boat, it's because she's digging in with her claws, which of course don't ever grab in fiberglass. She goes to dig in, and it's just like being up on skids then. She needs to keep her pads on the surface. That's the best way for her to get traction. So I try to keep her nails trimmed pretty closely anyway while she's on the boat. I don't think her nails would hurt the Hypalon. I imagine it could under the right circumstances, certainly. But I think for the most part, and when she jumps on the boat, you know, she'll be jumping down into the bottom, you know, into the boat, and it's a fiberglass floor. It's an all solid fiberglass floor. It just has the tubes that run around the perimeter. So she's not like, you know, digging her nails in that on a regular basis. So I hope I made that clear. So okay, stay clear of the ladder. Yes, absolutely staying clear of the ladder. So anyhow, we have a new dinghy. So maybe you could film your exit entry from the dinghy. That would be helpful. Yep, I'm sure a lot of folks would get a lot of laughs watching me get my fat butt in and out of the dinghy. But yeah, I'm sure there'll be plenty of video of me getting in and out of the dinghy as we come along. So it's not nearly that hard. It's just the first couple of times figuring it out and getting accustomed to the balance of this one. I will say that the tubes on this dinghy are huge. I've been looking around at dinghies for a long time now, obviously. The tubes on this dinghy are much larger than either of the tubes on the other two dinghies that I have. There's a boat tied up next to me here. They have a dinghy. My dinghy's much bigger tubes than theirs. There's a couple other boats here in the anchorage. My dinghy's got the biggest tubes. So size matters, ladies. I got really big tubes. But yeah, it looks like it should be fine. So, oh, Sarah, I'm sure you will laugh. I know I'll probably laugh doing it. So, yes, Marla, heading south tomorrow. Thank you. Yep, that was going to be my next point. I am going to be going south tomorrow. I'm going to be going to Spooners Creek, S-P-O-O-N-E-R, Spooners Creek. So, that's where I'm heading to, and I don't know if that's where I'm going to spend the night or not, but that's where I'm aiming towards going down into that direction. So, did you get the ladder fixed so it doesn't poke a hole in the new? Hey, Cliff, how you doing? I ground on it, but I can't guarantee it's not going to still poke a hole. I mean, it's ground on. So, hey, Dave Marshall, how you doing, buddy? So, I guess I not need to get the boat registration to you, like your new dinghy. Yeah, David, they never even asked me for the boat registration on the dinghy. I gave them the old dinghy in trade for this new one. And this is where I didn't finish the story, guys. In order to get the Mantis anchor and in order to get the bridle and the Hypalon kit and all the other adage and the float switch and stuff, so we ended up agreeing on a final purchase price of $650 for the dinghy. That was the final purchase price. But then the anchor and the bridle and the float switch were on top of that, added to that. And so what I ended up doing is trading him that Groco head that Dave Marshall gave me. I've decided to install the one that has a tank mounted to the bottom of it. That's what I'm eventually going to put in here when I get ready to sell the boat. But I did not need two of them. I didn't need the Groco head. So I traded him the Groco head for all of the rest of that stuff. And there were a couple other little items too that he gave me as well. So I think I did really good in one, getting some room in one of the lazarettes by getting the Groco head out of there. Two, getting a really good price on, $650 to buy that dinghy. I thought was an excellent price. And I now have a dinghy that has its own anchor. It'll have a fire extinguisher. It's got a tow bridle. It's already got a lifting bridle for it. I can mount my outboard on it without a problem. So I think this worked out to be a really good deal. I think it just worked out to be a really good deal, and now it appears as I've got a really good serviceable dinghy, 2008 model. Now, yes, this is 2018, so it's 10 years old, but the one that Dave Marshall had given me, I think, was a 1998. So this is a much, much younger dinghy than what I had before. So I'm hoping it should get me good show. Thanks, David. Adam is going to be so disappointed. Why is Adam going to be disappointed? And who's Adam? Yeah, Frank, I think I made out very well with it. So less weight, more space. Sounds like you got a good deal. It's a win-win-win. Yeah, I think I did really good with that, Johnny. I think it worked out very well. So and made some room on the boat, and I no longer have a dinghy up on the hull. So I can sit when I'm driving the boat, I can sit and I can see my anchor again. I can see the bow of the boat again, which I have not been able to do now since I left Port Washington. So kind of nice. Of course, now I'm back to towing the dinghy, but I can lift it with a bridle and set it up back where the other one was. I can do that if I want to. But I think from here on out, I'm just going to tow it down the ICW because it's going to start getting a lot of use now. And a lot of the places where I'm going to go, as an example, hey Doug, how you doing, brother? As an example, if I go to Spooner's Creek, there's no dock that I can, well, I mean, unless I want to spend $2 a foot at a marina, there's no dock that I can tie up at. But there is a little dinghy dock that I could run a dinghy over to and tie to. And if I use that little dinghy dock, it's like a block and a half away, there's a Super Walmart. So if I want to pick up some provisions or resupply anything, which I would like to pick up some seltzer water and stuff, or restock some motor oil, that kind of stuff, I can run the dinghy over to that dock. I can take Lily with me and take her for a walk, or I can just, take the dinghy over there and then walk over to Walmart, which would be very convenient. I don't have to walk very far. I don't have to run a car or Uber, none of that stuff. So the dinghy will almost immediately start allowing me to have some real good utilization of it. So I'm thrilled with it, guys. I'm really thrilled with it. I was very excited about being able to buy it last night. I had trouble sleeping actually last night because of it. So I'm just glad that it was there. So did you get a chance to take the dinghy out for a spin today? I did. Yep, I did. Your unraveling shroud. Yes. Yes, I did. Yep. I had to think for a minute. Unraveling shroud. Yes, yes. Yes, I did. Should have traded the small one as well. No need for two dinghies. Well, actually, Marla, the small one rolls up in a very small spot, and I have a little spot up here just behind the bow where I was able to secure it, rolled up nice and tight, little package. What I'm going to do is take my time now and peel the floor of that one off, clean it up, re-glue it down since I have the materials. I'm going to re-glue that down, maybe use the patching material that I have, you can see it right here over my shoulder, and lay a couple big patches over the top of that to really reinforce that, get it all nice and clean, and then try to sell it when I get down to Florida. So, because I think if I clean it up, I could probably sell it for, $300 or so when I get there. So there's no reason to just give it away when I can just store it till I get there and then have it, be able to sell it. And then that money I can use towards my real estate business and stuff. So it'll make things a lot easier. I'm way behind on the chat here, guys. Let me do a little catching up. 2-point toe. No, only a single toe point. Overdid it yesterday. Yeah, Doug, I kind of figured you were, man. If you want to use it as a safety precaution, it being in the water makes the most sense. Yep, absolutely, Patrick. Safety factor worth money. Yep, that's what I was thinking, AJ. Stream got a new used dinghy. Yep, got a good deal. I think so. Hey, Frank. Yep, only bad thing, Doug, it needs a brake job. Yeah. You get my email wrong, pilot, some money. You got a real good deal, nice negotiating, well done. Thank you, Miss Shar. Yeah, I think I did very well with it, so. Can you soak that small dinghy in bleach water to get it bright? No. You don't want to put bleach on that. They make very specific cleaners for the for that material. You don't want to put a bleach solution in; it'll break it down and cause it to leak and break down further. So, and actually, I'm going to be picking up a bottle of material. I think it's called IAS or something like that. It's some sort of space age Hypalon dinghy lubricant spray stuff that you should at least twice a year spray the top of your Hypalon dinghy with, and it's like SPF 50 for your dinghy. Okay, it's a sunblock for the hypalon to slow down the exposure to the UV light that breaks down the plastics. So motivated to fit said Dinghy. Spooner Creek is past Morehead City. I will be south of that. Do you have help putting the motor on? Oh, no, I can put the motor on. It's a piece of cake. It's sort of like an Armor All, but it's not a silicone-based stuff. It's very specific stuff designed to work specifically for the hypalon boat. So, no, I've not hand-cranked the engine yet. So anyhow, yeah, I think I got a pretty good deal. I've got a good serviceable dinghy now that I can work on the boat. I can get around, and it's just a kind of a relief for me knowing that I have something that in an emergency Miss Lily and I can get into if we need to. If this boat is sinking, we have something we can get into and be okay, you know. I don't know how far I'm going to get with my little 3.3 horsepower motor. But you know, I have the dinghy and I have a little 3.3 horsepower motor, so I'll be able to do some stuff. So, hit a generator, please. Nope, Frank. No generator. I've been running the generator all day today. Nobody said a word to me about it. So, I'm glad you got something that'll keep you safe. Lily goes down. Lily's engine breaks. Can you tow it or push it with the dinghy? Oh, I probably could tow it or push it, but I would have to hope there's no wind. My little 3.3 horsepower Mercury outboard, I don't think is going to do much with this big boat against any kind of wind. So the little motor moves the dinghy along just fine. So check the blinker fluid level on the dinghy. Yeah, Wally, I did. The left side was a little light, but I got it fixed. So Adams Creek deep enough to offer a shortcut. Yes, Michael, I actually will be going down Adams Creek. That's exactly the route that Navionics takes me down is Adams Creek. I'll be in Adams Creek tomorrow morning, actually. So, can you hoist a sail on the dinghy? No, it's not a sailing dinghy. It doesn't have any mechanism for any kind of a sail to be put on it. It's strictly a rowing dinghy or a motor outboard motor type dinghy. So, but what's nice about it is it's got this little dry locker up in the front. Dry locker that currently has some water in it, but it has a little dry locker. I have to get in there with a towel and dry that out and get it all cleaned up. But you know, it's a spot where I can store stuff. I can throw the anchor up in there and store a gas can up in there and that kind of stuff. So, hey Clint, how you doing? Miss Lily is fine, Clint. She's right there. I don't know if I was holding that where you could see her, but she's right on the floor here at my feet as always. Although she's doing a much better job now of laying this way in the floor instead of this way in the floor. So, why would he sail his dinghy? He doesn't even sail his sailboat. Oh no, Wendy, that's nonsense. Comments like that will get you kicked off the live stream. So, yeah, Doug, she is tired. She is tired. She was on shore a lot. She did a lot of running around. She played a lot. So she is a bit of a tired pup tonight. Yeah. She had a lot of fun here being tied to a dock. It's a lot of fun for her. She gets to get off the boat a lot. So, is that Oriental? Oh, really? Huh. Sailing nervous? Is that Oriental? I didn't know they were here. Huh. Can you find out, Slipstream, where they are specifically and let me know what marina they're in if they're here in Oriental? It'd be nice to kind of hook up with those guys and do a little collaboration kind of thing, you know? I want the small motor on a 10'6" dink this time around. I went the small motor on a 10'6". Yeah, I'm not exactly sure how big this apex is. I didn't measure it. I'm going to have to put a tape measure on it tomorrow. I don't know exactly how long this dinghy is. It appears to be every bit as long or longer than the dinghy you gave me, Dave. And I hope you're not upset that I used your dinghy to trade up to a better dinghy. The guy here, Mark, at the dinghy repair shop, was kind of looking at the vinyl, the PVC, and surprisingly, and you know, Dave, maybe you can clarify something since you're on here. He said the boat was stored upside down a lot, that it was turned over, because most of the wear in the PVC was on the bottom of the PVC and not on the top. Usually he sees it on the top of the boats where they get degraded from the UV light, but thinks this boat was stored upside down often, where the sunlight was hitting the bottom of the tubes and not the top of the tubes. So Dave, maybe you could shed some light on that. Was that an accurate depiction of what he was telling me, or was he just giving me a line? I don't know, but I looked at the degraded plastic, the degraded PVC, and I could see what he was talking about. The really smooth stuff is the stuff that was degraded. The stuff that kind of feels bumpy a little bit, you know, that's the stuff that's still fresh. So, hey, dog owners that don't use a leash, they never can control the dog once it runs up on everyone. Yep, I always use a leash. In fact, Lily's leash is right there. Always have her on. Well, I don't always have her on a leash. 99% of the time I have her on a leash, so. What's the paperwork say? The paperwork doesn't say, paperwork doesn't say anything. It just says, well, where's the paperwork? Here. Let me pull out the paperwork. I got this bill of sale, digital printout off his cash register. Ah, okay. It says Apex 10-foot rib. That's what it says. Apex 10-foot rib. So I guess it's a 10-foot rib. So, I don't know. I'm going to have to measure it and see. But we'll find out. But that's all they give you here in North Carolina is just a bill of sale. You don't get a title here. You just get a bill of sale. You only get a title when you register it. I am not registering it in North Carolina. I am going to take it with me down to Florida and register it down there and save myself having to pay for registration twice. Of course, I'm sure all the trolls are running around out there. Oh, doing something illegal. Oh my gosh. What did I miss in the chat? So, okay. Is the Dinghy one you could stow on deck? It is, but it's kind of big to put up on deck. Do you need a title for the Dinghy? I just need a bill of sale. So, when humans are not on a leash and jump. Very good, Bill. Very good. I love it. I love it. Very good. But yeah, Vinny said they're in Oriental, North Carolina. Huh. Yeah, let me know where they are in Oriental. I mean, there's a couple different places they could be here, but yeah, I'd love to see them. All you need is a bill of sale. Yep. What was the dinner today? Oh, I didn't have dinner today. I had brunch. I had a brunch today. I had actually, and that's why I wasn't feeling good today. I made some hash browns, some sausage, and some eggs, and I think my sausage is beginning to go bad. I ended up cooking it all and feeding most of it to the dog. But I ate a couple pieces of it, and I was like, oh, that doesn't taste quite right. And I think that's what made me ill for the bulk part of the day today. So since then, I've drank, actually, this is the second seltzer water I've had this afternoon. For the most part, I've been drinking water all day, rehydrating myself, eating bananas, and I had some potato chips, and that was the extent of my day. I know potato chips are bad for me, but I had some potato chips. So, okay, I'll mail it out to you tomorrow. Okay, thanks. Most of the title 8 foot because you have to register it. Most have a title of 8 foot. Okay, huh? Over 8 foot. Photograph your receipt before it fades. Yeah, there's a good idea, Doug. I should do that. Bought a new dinghy last year and no title came with it. Huh. Oh, yes, upside down in the down south. Got it all, yes, upside down. Okay, so it was upside down. Okay, good. So he was right about that. It was stored upside down. That makes sense. Okay. All right, very good. Before you take off, you should go to town center building and Xerox copy all this paperwork. Get 2 copies. One keep the dinghy in dry bag. Oh, that's not, Coyote, that's not a bad idea, yeah. Hey, Sharpshooter, what's going on, man? Nice greasy day today. Oh, not greasy for me at all. I didn't have to mechanic on nothing today. Use your phone, take a picture of your bill of sale for a copy. Yeah, that's what I will do. Go in. That was a good idea. So, keep the food cold. No wonder the sausage went bad. Actually, no. I've been Miss Shar. I claim pirate, and I've been running my generator all day today. I had new neighbors show up today. The old guys didn't care. I only run the generator during, like 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. during the daytime when it's noisy and there's cars going up and down the road and the commercial boats are out here doing all their stuff. That's when I run the generator. I do not run the generator at night. And so really nobody here complains about it. Nobody has a problem with it. So talking to Pat, the manager of the shop next door, I asked him about it. I said, hey, I'm kind of illegal here running my generator. He says, don't worry about it. People run generators all the time. The whole generator rule is because there were people that would be in here running a generator all night long, and then the boat right next door to you would be upset that the boat next to them were in a generator all night when they, had no ability to do that or whatever. So, but I've been a good neighbor in making sure I don't run my generator while people are sleeping or, doing other stuff. So nobody's had a right to complain about my noise. Hey Nacho, catch a thing for this. Okay, well thanks for that. Yeah, they do a title transfer and charge you for registration taxes. First for the hall. Okay, right, good deal. You could invite guests in for a dinner party in there. Okay. I was speeding in today on the freeway too. Uh-oh, pilot, you're a bad person. So, did your pirate flag fare well? Yeah, it's a little threadbare, but it's still flying. Yep, it's still flying. So, during Hurricane Michael, Miss Shar, I actually took my pirate flag down to protect it, and then I put it back up afterwards. So. Yes, Sharpshooter, I got a new used dinghy. I bought a 2008 model Apex dinghy, and so that's what I'm doing. Yep, the Jolly Roger. Yeah, it's fun. It's just fun to have the Jolly Roger flying, guys. And what I'm finding too is that a lot of the other cruisers, a lot of the other boaters, I guess it makes me more approachable to them. When they see I'm flying the pirate flag, they just know I'm here to have fun. I'm not just staunchy yachty. Of course, anybody that looks at how dirty my boat is, it's kind of obvious I'm not a hoity-toity kind of boater. But yeah. So the flag worked out pretty good. So you're engaging in piracy. I am absolutely. Do you have spreader lights? Be cool to see the dinghy in the water. I have spreader lights. Unfortunately, they're not working. Inside my compression post somewhere here underneath the mast, there's a bad connection that I can't get to until I pull my mast next time. So for the time being, I don't have working spreader lights. So 82 in a 70 zone if you must know. Uh-oh, wow, way over speed. Yeah, Marla, if you want to see what the dinghy looks like, I did a video yesterday showing what the dinghy looks like. So you can go look at that dinghy or that video, and it shows the Apex dinghy in that video. So it's kind of clean and clear and obvious stuff. So long live the Jolly Roger. Shiver me timbers. There you go, Miss Shar. See, it's just fun, guys. So when you're flying the Jolly Roger, everybody knows you're just out there having fun. So do a Halloween show with an eye patch and a wooden. Yeah, wow, really, we're getting toward that time of year, aren't we? Wow, I forgot about that. Good night, Clint. Take care, buddy. We'll see you later. A good thing you're a dock without an anchor light then. No, Marla, my anchor light works. It's just my spreader lights don't work. Different wire running up and down the mast. Different wire inside the compression post. So my anchor light works, but my spreader lights don't work. So go figure, right? Let's see, what else went on today? That's about it. I went for a nice long walk again today. Miss Lily enjoyed that. Got rained on today. Worked on sorting out some lines on the boat and getting that stuff organized. Mostly spent the day wheeling and dealing on dinghies and toilets, you know, wheeling and dealing and trading and making stuff happen. So I mean that's what I spent most of the day with. So and in all, I ended up getting about $180, $190 worth of stuff for the used Graco head. I think it was worth a lot more than that. I think I should have gotten more money for it than that. But I'm not going to complain about that. That was a good day, and it was a good day where Pat thought he was getting a good enough deal that he put together this repair kit and brought it over to me. This is not like an official repair kit. He had this container and then he assembled all the items and put it in here, including the really good quality 2-part glue that goes in there. So I think I've got a good friend now in Pat. He and I got along. We talked quite a bit today. He's just a real nice guy. So and he was really happy that I bought the dinghy, and he's really happy now that Mark's going to fix up the old dinghy and do something with it. I don't know if they're going to fix it up or if they're going to make all new tubes for it. I don't know. Maybe he's just going to cut it up and use it for parts. I don't know what he's going to do with it. But he didn't share that information, but you never can tell. So it was a very good day, yes. Wow, I'm way behind the chat already. Look at it, man. You guys just go along. So thanks, Frank. Yep, there's my PayPal. Should anybody want to contribute to the adventure? Okay, I'll try anchor light. Okay, so over there, don't know, sorry that. Okay, you can do registry and associate it with the mothership by adding to your boat haul number once you get the big boat registered. Huh, interesting, Ray. What brand of outboard? I have a 3.3 horsepower Mercury outboard, Johnny. I thought I showed that to you back in Sandusky. I thought I showed that to you. You should get a motorcycle or scooter. When you reach your destination, you could keep it on the boat somehow. Ooh, I wouldn't know how, yeah. Oh, happy birthday, Pilot. What's going on, man? Happy birthday, that's cool. What are your holiday plans? Will you be with the grandchildren in Ohio? Well, interesting that you brought that up, Nacho. Yeah, actually, that is exactly what my plans are. I've been talking to Johanna, my ex-wife, and I have twice now. I have bought a box spring and mattress and left them at Johanna's house. She's had other people been using them in my absence. But yeah, one of those is going to be made available to me for the holidays. So I'll have a bed to sleep on when I get up there. So I don't think I'm going to get there obviously in time for Thanksgiving, but it is my sincere hope that I can get up to Ohio and be with my grandkids for Christmas. I would really love to be able to do that. So yeah, thanks. So thank you for bringing that up, Nacho. Yep, happy birthday, Pilot. Look at that. Have you encouraged the locals you are meeting all along your journey to become subscribers to your channel? Miss Shar, I am actually. One of the things, I've got a printer on the boat, and I really need to pull it out. It's packed way up in the front of the V-berth. I need to pull it out and get it powered up. Well, of course, I don't have a laptop, so that would be a mute point, wouldn't it? Huh. Oh well. I really want to get some boat cards printed up that, have my name and my YouTube channel and stuff on it. I could just hand those to people. But yeah, last night, as a matter of fact, there were some people in the chat that were tied on the other side of the dock from me here the other day. So yeah, we get a lot of new blood joining in as we go along. River Dunes Marina. River Dunes. I don't know where River Dunes Marina is. I'm going to write it down. Hold on a minute. River Dunes. All right, good to know. I will try to get a hold of them. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. So, I think it was buried in one of the lazarettes. Oh, okay. Yeah, it may have been. Family is what it's all about. Yep, that's right. Family is what it's all about. Sailing nervous can go south together. Maybe, Bill. I'll talk to him. River Dunes is pricey. Okay. Is it a Wi-Fi printer? If so, you can print from your iPhone. Yeah, I think it does connect. You know, you might be right. I might be able to do that. So they said it's in Oriental, North Carolina. Well, that's where we're at. We're in Oriental, so phone numbers on the cards, just email addresses. Yes, pilot, good idea. I agree with that. And jet ski. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. A while ago to make a mock-up of what you want on your business cards, and I will get it them for you. Oh, all right, cool, Frank. That's right. You did offer that. I apologize, Frank. You did offer that. Thank you. Be cool for you guys to meet up for a live stream. That would be cool. Very cool. Buddy Boat with Nervous. You might be able to use some footage for the uploaded content rather than just live stream. There you go. River Dunes is 8 miles by road for 8 miles. Huh. Thanks, Michael. Okay, I'll have to figure that out. Maybe I can pull my boat around over to there and tie up next to theirs or something. About 6 miles in the water. Okay. Getting business cards. Thanks, Frank, for that. Yep. Yeah, Mister, I agree. That would be nice. So there you go. There you go. Well, there you go. Sail to the Caribbean and maybe down South America. I don't know about South America in this boat, but I would certainly take this boat around the Caribbean. This actually would be a very good boat for going around to the Caribbean. Not a good boat for the Bahamas. I mean, it's not bad. It's only 5-foot draft, so it's not too bad. But, you know, a lot of the Bahamas are much shallower than that even. So, yes, I will be sailing the world, but I never said I would sail the world in this boat. So, they're waiting to get their boat hauled out for a bottom paint. Huh. Okay. Wow. Yeah, I will try to reach out to them tomorrow. I've been kind of vacillating. I just like keeping my friend out. Okay. Helping my friend out. Yes, Frank, I understand that. I've been kind of vacillating about leaving here, only because it's we've got bad weather coming again. I guess the long and short of it is there's bad weather coming. We're supposed to have some rain coming in tomorrow. That's not so much the big issue. It's the day after tomorrow. We're supposed to have really high winds and a lot of rain. So yeah, so I don't know. I don't know about when I'm going to leave. I really thought about leaving in the morning, but maybe if I can get a hold of Sailing Nervous, might be worthwhile hanging out for a day. I don't know. We'll figure that out. So, okay, let's see. Hey, Joe Peak, how you doing? We're looking at West Marine today. They now have a 9.5 hard dinghy for $600, 500-pound capacity. Yeah, I don't. 500-pound capacity, so I could put me in it and not the dog. That wouldn't do me much good, but I appreciate the effort, Joe. I really do. Wouldn't that work better than a 10-year-old? I didn't buy a 10-year-old rubber raft. I bought a 10-year-old rib. I bought a 10-foot Avon rib rated 1,050 pounds and 20 horsepower. And it's Hypalon. It was a very good deal, Joe. Everyone donate him thousands so he can buy the boat he needs. There you go, Sharpshooter. I agree with that. Lone Star planning on turning her cow. Yeah, I don't. You just. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to go there. Okay. A Cal 229 is not a blue water boat. It cannot be made into a blue water boat. Not unless you're doing some major gutting and overhauling. In order to qualify as a blue water boat, the boat would have to have sufficient water and fuel tankage to go long distances, and it does not. This boat has 40 gallons total water, which is borderline, whether you can consider that anywhere near blue water. Most blue water boats are going to have almost 100 gallons of water. It's only got a 20-gallon fuel tank. 20-gallon fuel tank is nowhere near blue water size fuel tank. So you just can't take a boat that was designed as a coastal cruiser and, you know, upgrade some rigging or something and all of a sudden claim now you have a blue water cruiser. Especially considering their boat doesn't even have an engine. They don't have an inboard on it. So I've never in my life ever seen a blue water boat that's powered by an outboard motor on a bracket on the back. You know, but I shouldn't have said all that, so I'm just going to go on. Oh well. Glad you gave a help from towboat the other day. Does it work on AAA where you have a certain number of tows a year? No, Nacho. I paid for what's known as unlimited membership. Unlimited. And Slipstream, you're right. That would be a PVC dinghy. So, we'll match what you donate. There you go. I'm not going to say it. He said it. Okay. Matching donations tonight. Anything can be used as a blue water boat if you so choose to. Okay. Yeah, you can use it as a blue water boat. That doesn't mean that's what its intention is. That doesn't mean any other sane person who's been sailing any amount of time would recognize it as being a blue water boat. So, yes, I know. I said Avon again. Apex. Okay, sorry, Apex. Give me some time. I'll get it right, guys. Okay, Apex. Yep. Ming Ming has no engine. Yeah, that's very true. Ming Ming has no engine. Any good Chinese food in Oriental? I have no idea. I've not been eating out here. Slipstream is a plastic tri-hull. Okay, you know, people have crossed oceans in bathtubs. Not me. Carl, if you'd be a subscriber, what value would you give your content? What level would you contribute? If you It's a loaded question. Here's the thing, Apple, that most people don't seem to think about, because my channel is very different from any other YouTube channel out there. I provide unparalleled access. You cannot ask a question just like you asked on my live stream. You can't ask that question on a daily basis to any other live streamer or to any other YouTuber in the sailing genre. I'm the only guy that's producing daily live streams that enables the interaction, and so that makes it very unique. I think it's a value. As a guy who was researching boats and learning about boats, I would have loved to have had somebody who was doing a daily live stream that I could post a question to on a regular basis and get a response back immediately. So often with many of the other cruisers, you know, you comment on their videos or even you comment on their live stream and they don't even read your comment. So I provide an unparalleled level of access that I think has superior value. Other people obviously don't feel that's the case. Some do, some don't. It's just a different system. So I hope that answers your question. Okay. Did Hurricane Michael do any damage to the channel in the ICW downstream from you? No, Ms. Shar, Michael really didn't do any damage, except that there's a lot more litter and debris floating in the water as a result of Michael. Most of the damage was done by Florence, where there's been some shoaling, you know, where the ground underneath the water has moved, the stream locations have moved, the channels have silted up, that kind of stuff. But not so much from Michael. What Michael has done is just put a lot of debris in the water, a lot of trees, a lot of logs, a lot of branches, refrigerators, shipping containers, all that kind of stuff floating around in the waters around here. So things you don't want to run into, things you don't want to bump into. Okay, let's see. I'm way behind again. Okay. Yeah, Bill, I agree with you there. Yep, I definitely need a laptop. That is another item that's now a little bit higher up on the priority list. Well, quality content. I don't know about you, but I'm not aware of any YouTuber in the sailing genre that does a daily live stream. So, and you know, when I had my laptop computer, I was providing real content, if that's what you call real content. So, uh, President, thank you for your intimacy of your channel, Carl. Well, thanks, Nacho. Appreciate that. Oh, to get the immediate feedback that we get on this channel. Thank you, Johnny Hag. Appreciate that. Yep, and sandbars. Yep. Bill, so a swan with a fin keel is not a blue water boat. Good on answering a very loaded question. Much better than usual. Thank you. Well, Apple Picker, you're welcome. Thank you for asking. Back and forth, you get Carlos 100 active subscribers. The live streams count as content for Patreon. Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes live streams count as content for Patreon. Sometimes. Only when I do a Patreon only live stream, not my daily live streams. Only when I do a Patreon only live stream, and even then, not all of those. So, and I've only done, well, this month I haven't done this. I have not done one single patron only live stream this month. So my patrons are actually getting a hell of a deal this month. No one's being charged anything so far. Okay. Best ever creator. I don't know about that, John Williams, but thank you for the vote of confidence. Thank you, Seabiscuit. Appreciate that. Hammerhead Shark. Okay. Parnell Roberts was dead. Good to see that you're still alive and kicking. All right. Parnell Roberts, huh? Huh. I never thought about that. I don't know. He was always sort of the odd man out on the TV. He was on Bonanza, for you guys that don't know who Parnell Roberts was. He played on Bonanza. And I think he also played a doctor in some other show. I don't know. But he was one of the guys on Bonanza. And he wasn't Hoss. He wasn't Little Joe. He wasn't Ben. He was like the other weird brother that was on some episodes, but not all of them. I don't know. It was sort of odd, I thought. But can you upload your live stream to Patreon after the fact as content? No, I cannot. Well, yes, I guess I could, but I don't. Some countries require insurance to enter. What insurance company will issue them in blue water? I have no idea, Nelson. I do not know. Just 4 hours just motoring up a river. Interesting, but only if you're really kicking back and watching the river go by. There you go. Hoss Cartwright, yeah, Pirate. That's all. Yeah. Dan Blocker was always my favorite on that show. Adam the oldest, yes, CJ, that's right. Adam the oldest. You're correct. Does not own blue water boat with a couple 100,000 ocean miles. Okay, I just have to love them. And he's here. Sorry about that, AJ. Yeah, unfortunately, that's the reality of social media today. You know, you just run into that kind of stuff. So, anyhow, guys, sum up the day. Great day today. I'm really thrilled with what transpired. I now have a good, fairly new, you know, it's only 10-year-old, which is for a dinghy, that's fairly new. The other ones I had were both 98s. So 98 to 2008, I picked up 10 years. Fairly new dinghy that works, should hold up for a while. It's Hypalon, so going in the tropics is exactly what I want. And it's got a little dry locker, which was an added bonus. So I'm really pleased with that. And I now have a little anchor, a little dinghy anchor and a tow bridle and a repair kit for it. So As far as the Dinghy is concerned, I am all set up now with a Dinghy. So my focus now is turning to, as I start getting closer and closer and closer to my goal of being down in the Florida Keys, I need to get a laptop going so that I can work. I need a laptop for the work I'm going to be doing. I need to buy a vehicle once I get down there. I need fees for marketing and startup. So there's still a lot of things I need to acquire and get organized. Right now, I would say my highest priority at the moment would be to replace a laptop. So ideally, I'm looking to put together about $700 for that. Although I guess my most urgent need at the moment is I have to pay my phone bill next week. And so I need to put money together for my phone bill. So if anybody wants to contribute to AT&T, have at it. I would appreciate it. But that's the next thing I'm going to be working on is my phone bill and then getting a laptop so I can go back to editing. I had a conversation with one of my bigger supporters, actually, and he and I were talking about it. And, you know, the thing about getting a laptop is it would allow me to make videos again, as was pointed out in here. Real videos, of course, because this isn't real video. I have to make real videos. So I would be able to do that if I could get a laptop going again. I'm unable to do that with my abilities, realistically, with just my cell phone, and certainly not with my iPad. It just doesn't have a big enough, neither of them have a big enough memory to do that. It takes more memory than what they have available. So I need to get a laptop. So that would be my next priority after paying my phone bill next week, which of course is important. So those are my goals for this week. So there you have it. Putting that up there right now so everybody knows. So the Dinghy is still aired up. When I came inside just before the live stream, it was looking good floating out there. In fact, I noticed, I took Lily for a walk just before I did a live stream, and as I was walking down the dock, I could look at my Dinghy, and it was leaning slightly to the side. And what I realized is that the hull was lifted up so far up high out of the water that the whole starboard side float was actually out of the water. The thing sits so high up in the water that the entire starboard side tube was out of the water just because it was resting on the port side tube and the hull. Apparently the hull sticks down deep enough in the water that the boat sort of pivots on top of that and keeps the floats almost completely out of the water, which is pretty cool. So I was real pleased with that. Okay. Yes, tried out the outboard in the Dinghy. It works perfectly. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's only 3.3 horsepower. I'm not getting up on a plane or going anywhere fast, but it does move the boat. So, yep, Dinghy still aired up. Tiger shot no more than 3 psi in your tubes and allow for expansion during the hot Florida days. Yes, Pirate, absolutely. I agree with that. Make the word Dinghy a bad word from here on. Thank you, Frank, for posting my PayPal. Appreciate that. Always know the name of Hammerhead. Okay. What are you going to name the Apex Dinghy? CJ, I have no idea. I do not know. Haven't even thought about that yet. So, always need donations, John. Always. This is how I, hey, you need wages, right? You need to get paid this week. So do I. This is what I do for a living, guys. Sorry, some people have a hard time wrapping their head around that, but yes, that would be exactly. I need a laptop for my real estate work. Absolutely. Delos gets 90,000 a month, and Carl has better content. Well, thank you, Bill. I appreciate that, and you're right, they do. How much do I need for my phone bill? About $325. I need about $325 for my phone bill this coming up week. It's only like $225, but I owe a little bit from the last one, so they put it all together. And that's my current bill. $325, I'm 100% current. I'm not behind with them at all. So, yep, that's what I need to put together. Hey, John Dolan, how you doing, buddy? You have to be kidding me, Bill Carson. No disrespect, Carl, but Delos is in another league. Joe, it's all a matter of opinion. So obviously there are people here on my channel that have a different opinion. Bill has a different opinion than you do. What he values in content and connectivity and communications is obviously more important to him than looking at TNA. You apparently prefer looking at TNA. So, larger hence down deflates it quickly. Nitrogen molecules are larger, hence it doesn't deflate as quickly. Okay. Feeling Dinghy. Huh. Okay. Treasure boats. Bill, I'd rather watch Carla. Okay. Amel. Adam, how much do I have toward my phone bill? Right now, pretty much nothing. Pretty much nothing, so. Okay. We don't want that turned off. Nope, phone bill gets turned off, everything stops, guys. All right, well, anyhow, guys, we're well over the hour. I'm going to go ahead and end this here. So we'll have more for you guys tomorrow. Be good, be careful, take good care of one another. Remember, in the description down below, there's links to my PayPal, my Patreon. Should you want to contribute to the adventure, all funds greatly needed and appreciated, guys. But good day today. Hopefully we'll have a good day again tomorrow. Good night, everybody.